So this is how I made sticky fingers from this model using multi-resolution modifier with good topology as well. Look at the lips. Like that's pretty good topology, man. I only needed to make this one topology, and then I didn't have to touch topology again after that. So with this method, you can literally cut your time in half, and it works on weaker computers. You can make really good models with weaker computers. Like my computer isn't that great, as you guys know already, but I still managed to make something that looks pretty decent. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so this is basically the workflow. You start off making your model with simple shapes. Just here I just use cubes subdivided by 3 and then just molded them together. I made sure to have a piece for the mouth and the nose. Then you join everything, remesh and sculpt it. The sculpt has to be really basic. You don't have to do anything like crazy details. The important part is that you have the mouth line, the nose, and the eyes. Also the ears, but I forgot to do that. Then you retopologize everything. Make sure you have enough materials around the mouth and around the eyes. Make sure this is a low poly as well. The neck, the circle around the neck is 14 vertices. I didn't go that much higher because you don't need to go that higher. Then you apply the multi-res. Now be careful with the multi-res because the more levels you have, the slower your computer is going to get. So if you have a particularly weak computer, subdivide this by 1 and then start applying the levels with the multi-res. That way you don't have to add that many levels to get enough material to work with. Then you start sculpting everything. Here, as you can see, I totally changed the shape of the nose. I added lips. I gave it some cheekbones. I added some eyebrows. I even tried to do some hair just to see how it will react. Now the good thing about multi-res modifier is that it doesn't affect the base. You can keep on adding details as much as you want to the higher levels. It doesn't affect level 0. Then after you're done sculpting, you go on the shape icon, the shape window in the multi-res modifier, click on apply base, and you get this, something like this. What's happening here? Basically, the higher res, the vertices are being applied to the lower level one. So all the vertices here are trying to copy this one. Makes it easier to make seams. Okay, so that you can UV unwrap it properly. Look at that. It's easy. It makes it 10 times easier to UV unwrap because you're still working with the lower polygons. Then what you do, you apply like level 2, level 3, whatever you want. And then you click on apply and boom. So you have all the seams. You don't have to like go and mess around with higher polygons. You know, it's easier to make seams for a lower res model than it is for a higher res model. So it just makes everything 10 times easier. And the best thing about this is you can always save the lower res one and keep using it for the models. You know, in this case I'm not going to use it because this is very like distinct look and it's just going to make it difficult for me to work with. But something like this that I made for actually a Spider-Man model that I'm still using for sticky fingers. So you can keep reusing these models, these low poly models, and it just makes everything so much easier. I don't know why a lot of people don't do this. Like brother, it just makes everything so much easier. It makes working easier. You can do higher poly models with this as well. Even if you have a weaker computer, and it cuts down remeshing time. Look at the polygons here. Look at the quads. First of all, everything is quads, and then like everything has like proper topology as well. So it cuts down like retopology time by a lot. You just have to do this. That's it. This is 10 times easier to do than retopologizing this, or making this because I don't know, it just looks ugly. Yeah, so that's the basic workflow. This is especially good if you have a weak computer like I do. Let me show you sticky fingers even more now because I'm really proud of how that model came out. Okay, so this is sticky fingers over here. I made the face using this topology over here. It's very simple to make, and you can even make a better one. Lips, here are the lips. Also, another good thing is with this, it's very easy to make like a mouth cavity because you can already make the lips open. Like for this, I can go in and make a mouth cavity right now. I'm not going to do that for this model, but I can if I want to. Yeah, yeah, I think it looks pretty great. This is this is the full body, by the way. I cut out the shoulders, the elbows, the trunks, the quads a bit because first of all you won't be able to see them, and secondly it helps me save it may helps me make my computer run faster because it doesn't have to calculate these vertices over here, even though it's minimal really, but every bit helps. Also, to make the helmet I use the boolean modifier, and then I retopologize everything. I use a boolean to cut out these holes, then I retopologize that, and it looks pretty good. Smooth shaded. Bro, I really love the muscles. I made its neck too thick. Sticky Figure's neck isn't this thick, but yeah. This is the higher res version of the model. I made him like a little bit too muscular. Sticky Fingers isn't this muscular, but I'm still learning how to make skinny characters. I started off making muscular dudes and I still make muscular dudes. I should have made Star Platinum. But yeah. But yeah, I'm really proud of how this is turning out. Also, you already know like figuring out all the seams and everything for the higher res would have been a pain in the ass. So I made the seams in the lower res model. And then I applied the multi-res modifier. And that's how you get this. You have all the seams and everything. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Now for my favorite part, texturing. I have yet to do the texturing, and I'm looking forward to that. I really love texturing, man. That's like the best thing about 3D art for me is the texturing. So yeah, see you guys next video where this would be all textured and posed and looking amazing. Bye. If you have any questions on how this technique works, leave a comment down below and I'll try my best to answer it. I will answer it because only like 2 people watch my videos. Yeah, I will answer it.